Nicolas Maduro has arrived in New York hours after President Trump announced the US had captured Venezuela's president after launching strikes on the country. A social media page run by the White House posted this video you can see here. It shows Mr. Maduro entering the Drug Enforcement Administration headquarters in New York.
It's a long walk to face the wrath of American justice for Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia. Dressed in matching tan prison uniforms,
the United States military has weapons right now that can make you feel like your brain is exploding inside your skull. No bullets, no bombs, just invisible waves that drop you to the ground. And that's not even the classified stuff. What I'm about to show you is technology that most people don't even know exists. Weapons that can see through walls, drones that recognize your face and hunt you down, planes that literally vanish into thin air. This isn't science fiction. This is what America has been building in secret for decades. And recently, they've started showing some of it to the public. But here's the thing, what they've shown us, that's probably just 10% of what they actually have. The real stuff, the weapons nobody talks about, that's what we're getting into today. And trust me, some of this is going to keep you up at night. So here's the thing about military technology. The government doesn't just announce what they have, they keep things hidden for years, sometimes decades. And by the time we find out about something, they've already moved on to the next generation. Think about it. The stealth bomber? That technology existed for almost 20 years before the public knew about it. 20 years. Imagine what they have right now that we won't know about until 2040. But every once in a while, something leaks out. A demonstration gets recorded, a document gets released. And that's when regular people like us get a glimpse of what's really going on. Now recently, there's been a lot of talk about advanced weapons, stuff that sounds like it came straight out of a movie. Directed energy weapons, autonomous drones, and augmented reality systems that make soldiers almost superhuman. And I kept hearing about these things, but never really understood what they could actually do. So I started digging. And what I found, honestly, changed the way I think about modern warfare. Because we're not talking about bigger guns or faster jets. We're talking about weapons that attack your body in ways you can't even see. Technology that makes hiding impossible. Drones that don't need a human to tell them what to do. This is the future of war, and it's already here. The scariest part? Some of these weapons have already been tested. Not in labs, in real situations, against real people. And the results? Let's just say there's a reason why certain countries are suddenly being very careful about how they talk to the United States. Okay, so the first technology we need to talk about is called a directed energy weapon. And before you think this is some conspiracy theory, let me be clear. The military has publicly confirmed these exist. They've demonstrated them on camera. This is real. So what does a directed energy weapon do? It sends out invisible waves. Could be microwaves, could be sound waves, could be something else entirely. And these waves target your body directly. Back in 2013, reporters were actually allowed to test one of these weapons. It's called the active denial system. And here's how it works. They point this big device at you. You can't see anything coming. There's no beam, no flash, nothing. But suddenly, your skin feels like it's on fire. One reporter described it as feeling like someone dropped a hairdryer into a bathtub while you're in it. Your body temperature shoots up instantly. Not slowly, instantly. And that was the version from 2013. We're now over a decade past that. The technology has gotten smaller, more powerful, easier to hide. But here's where it gets really disturbing. There are reports of weapons that go beyond just heat. Weapons that target your brain, that make you feel confused, dizzy. Some people report feeling like their skull is being crushed from the inside. Government officials have talked about this in hearings, real congressional hearings. They call it anomalous health incidents. Fancy term for people getting hit with some kind of energy weapon and suffering serious damage. And the scary thing? There's no entry wound, no exit wound. Nothing a doctor can point to and say, that's what hit you. People just start feeling sick and start bleeding from their nose. Some have even died. Now officially, we don't know exactly what these weapons look like today. The military won't say. But experts who have studied this believe they could fit in a backpack, maybe even smaller. Imagine that. A weapon that can knock out an entire group of people. No bullets, no explosions, just invisible waves that scramble your brain. and you would never even know what hit you. All right, so we've all seen drones before. Little flying cameras. Maybe you have one yourself. Fun to play with. Takes nice videos. Harmless. Now forget everything you know about drones, because what the military has developed is something completely different. There are drones now that can fit in the palm of your hand. Smaller than a bird, quieter than a whisper, and they don't need anyone controlling them. They think for themselves. These drones have cameras that can recognize faces. You upload a photo of someone, the drone memorizes it, and then it goes hunting. It flies through buildings, around corners, through windows, searching for that one face. And when it finds the person, game over. Some of these drones carry tiny explosives. We're talking about 50 grams. That's less than the weight of a candy bar, but it's enough, more than enough. Now I watched a demonstration of something similar, not classified. This was actually shown publicly. A small drone flies into a room. There's a dummy set up with a face on it. The drone circles once, twice, identifies the face, and then boom, it strikes the head, penetrates the skull. Done. The whole thing takes maybe 5 seconds. No human pulled a trigger. No soldier was in danger. Just a tiny machine doing what it was programmed to do. Now imagine 100 of these, 1,000, deployed over a city, each one looking for a different target. There's no hiding from that. You can't outrun something you can't see. Can't fight something that small. By the time you know it's there, it's already too late. And this isn't some future prediction. Companies are making these right now. They're selling them to militaries around the world. The technology exists today. Some experts are calling these the future of assassination. And honestly, I don't think that's an exaggeration. The scariest part isn't what these drones can do. It's how easy they are to make. The technology isn't that complicated. The parts aren't that expensive. Anyone with enough money and knowledge could build something similar. And that's a problem we're not even close to solving. So there's this company called Anduril. And what they're building right now is honestly straight out of a video game. I'm not exaggerating. When I first saw this, I thought it was fake. It's not. They've created a combat system that connects everything on the battlefield together. Every soldier, every drone, every vehicle, all linked up, all sharing information in real time. Here's how it works. Soldiers wear these special helmets with built-in displays. Think of it like having a video game screen inside your goggles. And on that screen, you can see things that are impossible to see normally, like what's behind walls. Not through some magic trick, through data sharing. If a drone flying overhead spots an enemy hiding in a building, oh, that information goes straight to every soldier's helmet. Now everyone knows exactly where that person is, even if there's a concrete wall between them. Blue dots for friendlies, red markers for enemies. A mini-map showing everyone's position, just like a video game. Except this is real life, and it gets crazier. The system doesn't just show you where enemies are. It tells you which threat to focus on first, which target is the most dangerous, which one might kill you in the next 60 seconds. The founder of this company did an interview where he showed all of this working. Real soldiers wearing the helmets, real drones in the sky, all talking to each other automatically. He actually said something that stuck with me. He said he feels lucky to be born at the right time to build this stuff. I like a kid who gets to play with the coolest toys ever made. But these aren't toys. These are weapons. Weapons that turn regular soldiers into something superhuman. Now, think about what this means. An army using this technology would have a massive advantage. They would know where every enemy is at all times. They would never be surprised, never be ambushed. It would be like playing a game against someone using cheat codes. You wouldn't stand a chance. And this technology, it's not coming someday. It's being used right now, today. All right, so we've talked about energy weapons, killer drones, augmented reality combat systems. All of that is confirmed. All of that is real. But now we're getting into territory that's a little more mysterious. There's been talk for years about aircraft that can turn invisible, not stealth technology. Oh, we've had stealth for decades. I'm talking about actually invisible, as in you look right at it and see nothing. Sounds crazy, right? Sounds like something from a superhero movie. But then there are the satellite images. Someone was looking at Google Earth, browsing around a military base in Texas, and they found something strange. An aircraft that was half visible, like part of it was there and part of it wasn't. Now, the easy explanation is that it's a glitch. Google Maps takes multiple photos and stitches them together. Sometimes things get weird. Maybe the plane moved between photos. Maybe it's just a technical error. But there's another possibility. The military has been working on visual camouflage technology for a long time, ways to bend light around objects, ways to make things blend into their background so perfectly that your eyes just skip right over them. Could they have actually done it? Could there be aircraft flying right now that we simply cannot see? I don't know for sure. Nobody outside of classified programs knows for sure. But here's what I do know. Every time we've said something was impossible, the military has eventually proven us wrong. They said flying was impossible. Then came planes. They said breaking the sound barrier was impossible. Then came jets. They said stealth was impossible. Now we have bombers that radar can't detect. So invisibility? Real optical camouflage? It might sound like science fiction today, but 10 years from now, 20 years from now, it might just be standard equipment. And if America already has this technology, they're definitely not going to tell us about it. Not until everyone else has caught up. That's how military secrets work. You only reveal what you have when you've already moved on to the next thing. Okay, so let's put this all together. Let's imagine what a military operation looks like when you have all of this technology working at once. First, before any soldiers even arrive, drones are sent in, tiny ones, almost invisible. They fly over the target area and scan everything. Every building, every vehicle, every person. That information gets uploaded to the combat system. Now there's a complete map of the entire zone. Every threat identified. Every hiding spot marked. Next, the directed energy weapons get used. Maybe from a plane. Maybe from a vehicle nearby. Nobody knows for sure, but suddenly, everyone in the target area starts feeling sick. Their radars stop working. Their electronics go dead. They can't communicate. Can't think straight. Some are on the ground bleeding, and they have no idea what's happening. Then the helicopters arrive, but not many. Maybe 8, maybe 10. A small team drops down, 20 soldiers at most, wearing those augmented reality helmets, seeing everything in real time. They know exactly where every enemy is. They know who's behind which wall. They know who's the biggest threat. Their weapons are guided by computer systems that calculate trajectory faster than any human could. The people on the other side, they have no chance. They're fighting blind against soldiers who can see everything. They're weakened by weapons they can't detect. They're being tracked by drones they don't even know are there. It would be over in minutes, maybe less. And here's the really scary part. A force like this could take on an enemy 10 times their size, maybe 100 times their size, and win without losing a single person. Think about what that means for the future. Countries wouldn't need massive armies anymore. They would need small elite teams equipped with the best technology. And whoever has the best technology, they control everything. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not saying any specific operation has used all of this technology together. The military doesn't confirm things like that. They don't tell us what they've used or where. But the technology exists. All of it. Every single piece I've described is real, has been tested, is ready to be deployed. So the question isn't whether this could happen. The question is whether it already has. And based on what I've seen, based on how certain countries have suddenly changed their tune when dealing with America, I think we might already have our answer. So here's the thing that keeps military experts up at night. America isn't the only country developing this stuff. China has been pouring billions into advanced military technology. They've shown off drones, hypersonic missiles, laser weapons, all kinds of futuristic equipment. Russia has been working on similar programs, electronic warfare, autonomous systems, weapons designed to counter American technology. And then there are countries we don't even think about, nations that have been quietly building their capabilities without making headlines. This is a race. And right now, it looks like America is winning, but that could change fast. See, the problem with technology is that it spreads. What one country invents, others eventually figure out, sometimes through research, sometimes through spying, sometimes through buying it from private companies. Those killer drones I talked about earlier, the facial recognition ones, that technology isn't exclusive to America. Other countries are developing their own versions. Some are probably already done. And the scary question is this: What happens when everyone has these weapons? What happens when small groups can get their hands on autonomous drones and directed energy devices? The rules of war change completely. Right now, power comes from having large armies, expensive equipment, big budgets. But if a small group with limited resources can build drones that hunt specific people, that changes everything. It means no one is safe. No leader, no official, no one. And the defenses against these weapons? We're still figuring those out. There's no proven way to stop a swarm of tiny drones. No perfect shield against directed energy weapons. We're building the swords way faster than we're building the shields. This is the world we're heading into. A world where technology decides who wins and who loses. Where having the smartest engineers matters more than having the most soldiers. And right now, America has an advantage. But for how long? So here's something most people don't think about. Military technology doesn't stay military forever. GPS started as a military system. Now it's in every phone. The internet was a military project. Now we can't live without it. Drones were built for war. Now people use them to take vacation photos. Technology always flows from military to civilian use. Always. And that means someday, these weapons we've been talking about, they won't just be in the hands of soldiers. Now the obvious concern is criminals, terrorists, bad actors getting access to autonomous drones or directed energy devices. That's a real threat that security experts are already worried about. But there's another concern that people don't like talking about. What happens when governments use this technology on their own people? We've already seen cases of directed energy weapons possibly being used in ways that weren't approved. Those anomalous health incidents I mentioned earlier, some of those happened to American officials on American soil. If these weapons can be used against government employees, they can be used against anyone. And the scary thing is, you wouldn't even know. No bullet holes, no evidence, just mysterious symptoms that doctors can't explain. Now, I'm not saying this is happening everywhere. I'm not trying to start some conspiracy theory. But I am saying we need to pay attention. Because technology this powerful needs oversight. It needs rules. It needs someone asking hard questions about when and how it can be used. And right now, those rules don't really exist. Not for weapons this new, not for technology that's still classified. We're in uncharted territory here, building weapons faster than we're building the laws to control them. And history tells us that's never a good situation to be in. The people developing this technology, they're not evil. They genuinely believe they're making the country safer, making soldiers more protected, giving America an edge against its enemies. And maybe they're right, but every tool can be misused. Every weapon can fall into the wrong hands. Every technology can be turned against the people it was meant to protect. That's the conversation we should be having. And barely anyone is having it. So let me leave you with this. Everything I've shown you today is just the stuff we know about. The technology that's been demonstrated publicly, the weapons that experts have confirmed exist. But for every weapon we know about, there are probably 10 we don't. Programs so classified that only a handful of people in the entire world know they exist. Technology so advanced it would seem like magic to regular people. The military is always 20 years ahead of what they show us. That's not a guess. That's history. Every time they reveal something new, we find out later they had it for decades before. So if this is what they're willing to show in 2024, what do they have hidden away? What's in those underground facilities? What's in those classified budgets that Congress doesn't even fully understand? I've been trying to find out more, digging through documents, watching interviews with people who used to work in these programs, and there are hints, little clues about technology that goes way beyond anything I've covered today. Weapons that work from space, systems that can disable entire cities, things that mess with your mind in ways we're not even close to understanding. Is it real? Is it exaggeration? I don't know yet, but I'm going to keep looking. Because here's what I've learned from all of this research. The future of warfare isn't coming. It's already here, and most people have no idea. Now, there's one more thing I came across that I didn't have time to cover today. Something about a technology that can supposedly knock out an entire power grid from hundreds of miles away. No missiles, no bombs, just a pulse. If I can verify it, I'll cover it next time. But man, if that one's true, we've got way bigger things to worry about.